It's a tremendous night, I tell you. We're looking at skills for the modern workplace. Skills for modern workplace. Um, we're defining the era we are living in as a very dynamic era that can be characterized with volatility, uncertainty, ambiguity, complexity, and threats. And nothing seems to be certain anymore. Thank you, Chris. I'm happy to see you. Nothing seems to be guaranteed anymore. Change is so fast paced. It's just happening, happening, happening without any notice. And that is the fearful side of change. Change, by the time you are aware that change is happening, it's already late. It has already happened. Someone says, and that's very true, change is often a noiseless phenomenon, something that when it's going on, it doesn't come with a lot of noise, a lot of bang. It happens silently. So if we are not having the ability to understand the direction of change, we will not be able to follow the trend. And for every era of human civilization, from the Stone Age as we know it, to the agrarian age, cultural age, to the industrial age, mechanized, mechanical age, the age of machines, to where we are, the information, the ICT age, technology age, we have seen that those that were positioned, just like people are sailing in the direction of the wind, positioned in the direction of change, were the most fortunate to benefit from the change in their time and in their era. Africa is at a tipping point now, just a little bit on Africa. We are the youngest population on earth, 50%, 60% of Africa, less than 19, full of life, full of hope, full of potential. Literally the future of the world when it comes to human resource. And of course, the future of the world when it comes to natural resource. Talk of medication, talk of plants, talk of minerals. You cannot overestimate the wealthy potential that Africa has. And the greatest of all in her people. The greatest wealth we have is not the gold, not the minerals in the soil, but the people. So as we proceed, I would like you to be very open-minded and please write. So this age and this era is so dynamic, and that is why we need to be fast-paced in how we are aligned with information, aligned with opportunities, aligned with mastery. When we say skills for the modern workplace, why do we even need skills in the first place? If you want to flip it on the other side, some persons will say we should rather say certifications. Certificates you need, courses you need to go for, programs you need. But the world is tilting more and more towards problem solving now. People hardly check out the great people to say what class of degree do they have, where did they school, what course did they study. These are not the things that top the chart when you explore the great, the domain of their greatness. What you find is the capacity, their exceptional competence and ability to deliver results, to solve problems, to create value, to make contribution, to effect change, to influence others. This is what it is. These are the people who rule the world. This is what it is. So when we say the need for skill, we are not downplaying education and certification and all of the academic investments. There are aspects, there are competencies connected to skill that even border around those corridors, which we will look at. But we know it. We know it that if we will stand out, especially African professionals, who will you rather trust? A life-saving, important surgery needs to be conducted, for example. You want to be sure that you are dealing with a skillful medical professional, skilled and experienced, tested and trusted. This is important. You have a product, you want to a particular service that is very important to you. You want to give expensive clothing to a fashion designer that will destroy it for you. You want to build your house. You don't want to sink your money into a deal with an engineer that will become a colossal disaster, that will lead to collapse of the building or materials that are not durable. These are many areas we consider. In many areas and in every area of life, you are making decisions almost every day of where to go to, who to collaborate with, who to outsource a particular responsibility to, a particular service to, who to patronize for something that needs to be done, who should be the one to do it. And how do you make that decision? This is the answer. The need for skill. The need for skill. Somebody help me put it on the comment. You need skill. You need skill. You need skill. The more we upgrade the capacity of our skill, the more we upgrade our value. There is always room for the skillful in every sector. No matter how they say they are downsizing, they are reducing, there are no vacancies, there are less vacancies. I need to pay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I can see your comments. You need skill. You need skill. You have certifications already. You need to add skill to it. And you need to keep upskilling yourself, upgrading your skill. More skill, more room. More skill, more access. More skill, more authority. It's like magnetic force, magnetic field. You have more capacity to magnet and attract more opportunities when you grow your skill. You now discover some persons are even so overwhelmed that they are outsourcing their declining offers because of the capacity of investment they have made in themselves. We see it in the world of sports. We see the play of skill in the world of sport, in the world of music, in the world of art, in the world of engineering, the world of the medical field. Every sector, people are looking for people that can deliver results. And skill has to do with mastery. Skill has to do with how much time it will take you to deliver the result. Skill has to do with the quality of the results themselves. Skill has to do with how much resource you need to deliver the results. And the overall value you bring into that you deliver. It is so important, so important. The difference between true graduates may not necessarily be the institution they graduated from. Two of them may even come from the same institution, the same course of study, the same class. But the level of skill, the level of mastery differentiates men among men, professionals among professionals. And some people are so sought after. There's a very popular gynecologist that I know that his name is everywhere. People have not reached the stage of giving birth to their children. They are already saying, this is the person I want to be my doctor when I want to give birth to my baby. The kind of demand on that man skill. He's not the only gynecologist. He's not the medical doctor in that facility, but the level of skill, the level of mastery has brought that man to a place where people will queue up waiting for him on the clinic days. Some doctors that are close to him, when they are registering new patients, they'll have to put on the name of the file of that patient. This patient is reserved for so and so. They'll put his name. This patient is so and so doctor's patient. This patient is a patient of this doctor. This patient is a patient of. People are literally struggling to make sure they are the ones. In fact, sitting of pride, a woman once told all my 3 children it was doctor so and so and mentioned the name. I just smiled. I said, oh my God, see how much people will wish that when are you going on leave? When are you traveling? I hope you will be around. Even when the person is not in town. Is it that there are no hospitals? Is it that all the other people are not licensed medical professionals? Skill. The level of trust, the level of investment. Some people are even ready to pay flight to follow the people they trust to where they are to access the services from far than getting the services at a cheaper rate around where they live, because they have come to place value on the fact that I trust this person. I trust their delivery. I trust that my time is more than any money. Time will not be wasted, and I will be happy with what I get as the final outcome. Therefore, they can put any pride on it. Pricing is not a big deal. I'm telling you, if you hear how much certain people pay for certain services, you'll be amazed. So there are many people who can afford their services, no matter how much you charge for it. It's the quality of delivery. If you're still hearing me, I'm just taking my time to do some grounding so we know why this topic is coming up now. And if we can add this value to what we already have, will not be, say, job markets will not be, the way people take commodities to market for sale will not be like stranded. We are hustling in the job market and trying to find someone that can believe in us enough for an opportunity. This is very important. Okay, am I audible enough? I want to be sure we are really following and you can all hear me. There's always room for the skillful. Always room for skillful. Never forget that. All right, flying emoji if you are still here and if you can hear me. Now, to this world of work, there are just a few things I want to touch on that. Okay, I want to be following. Many times, because we are now in the era of tech, there's always the one app or the other, one tool or the other. So imagine today's topic. We are talking about skills for modern day workplace. If I want to talk apps, if I want to talk tools, if I want to talk tools, how many are we going to mention? We may spend 3 hours and we cannot even exhaust 50% of all the apps that there are currently that you can use for different purposes and you can use for different tasks. So we are not here to list apps, list softwares. The priority will not be for you to say, oh, this is the best tool, go and master it. Before you finish saying it is the best tool, that information is already outdated. Best is relative. Best must be captured in context. And that is why it is important we define our context. The problem Africa have had and is still having to a large extent is that people superimpose templates, superimpose information, superimpose frameworks from other contexts that are not identical with ours. There are many parameters that are not aligned, that will not go well, that does not suit the demography of our people, the culture, the weather, the system. and we impose it, and it becomes like a square peg in a round hole, and it's affecting our productivity and affecting our capacity. This is necessary at a personal level for us to know which tool do I need and what area of upgrade do I need to make when it comes to skilling up myself. It's not just taking courses online randomly anyhow. And that's why we're not going to be focusing on just tools alone. The real focus is on digital agility. Somebody should write that in the comments. Digital agility. Let me be sure you get it. Digital agility. It is much more important than mastering isolated and individual tools. So beyond focusing on individual tools, which are good, and building technical skills, digital ability, having the capacity, having the mastery, having the ability to navigate, because the goal is not to be loyal to one software and one tool that you have seen as the best thing that has ever happened to humanity. It's just like somebody falling in love with a typewriter. As at that, the world of that time, typewriter was the best thing that happened when it comes to, you know, paper, printing, typing, text, you know, on paper. On That was the best thing the world had. My dad had one like that. If you see the special case he had for it, I wish I can take a photo of it one day. You hear ta 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 as you are tapping it. We're like, wow. But if you are so loyal to that, because we think that is the best there is, that is the best for that time, that is the best for that task, the person who is not digitally agile is going to be, especially now in this era, between 2020 and now, that's just 6 years, the way the world has changed. It has changed more than it has changed in the last 100 years. I tell you. So digital agility has to do with fluidity, adaptability, the capacity to adjust, the capacity to navigate several platforms as it cuts across your problem solving ability. This is very important. I'm taking my time intentionally because I need you to get it. I really need you to get it. The capacity to flow like a river in the direction of solution. It's about solution. It's not about bragging. I know Python. I know this. I know that. Solution. When I talk to creatives, I tell them, if you don't want to just be running as a freelancer for life, gig of 60K, 80K, you do this, they pay you for this. I can do website, I can do graphic, I can do stuff. If you are not aligning your potential with a big picture mindset and about the kinds of problem you are defining your capacity to grow from solving smaller problems to bigger problems, and you are stringing what they call skill stack. You're able to, like a string, like the way people make beads, you can string together, piece together, puzzle together, connect together the competencies you have in a way that solves more and more problem and creates more and more value. We'll be playing at the lower rung of the ladder. Digital agility. So it's about becoming a specialized generalist who is excellent in one thing but competent in navigating many digital platforms. And I want to say, the second thing I want to draw attention to as we look at skills for the modern workplace, everybody's mind is going to AI. Everybody's mind is going to tech, modern workplace, modern skills. But one balance I want to bring to our understanding as we look at this very important topic today is the human-centric advantage. Somebody should help me put that in the comment, please. The human-centric advantage. The human-centric advantage. Now, how did AI even come about? If we don't understand that now it is more powerful to strengthen your human competencies. Now that everybody's running to know how to use machine, running to know how to use softwares, running to know how to use the capacity to strengthen your human side, in addition to the knowledge of the tools and the tech tools that you know how to use, makes you an unbeatable and irreplaceable professional. Human skills are now very, very highly valued. Human skills are high value premium skills now than ever before, because automation, by virtue of technology, has taken over when it comes to routine tasks, redundant tasks, repetitive tasks. These have been taken out of the way. And the real skills that makes humans who they are, this is the time that there is real value for it. And it's not about certification now, certificates or PhDs or degrees. No. The real skills, these human skills, if we can master them and strengthen them, emotional intelligence is one of them. The capacity to be able to manage teams remotely, handle workplace conflict, collaboration, adaptability, complex problem solving. These are skills that will remain relevant forever. These are skills that will remain relevant forever. They are not like the softwares that another version comes and it kicks it out. These are skills that will always be needed. Always be needed. Empathy is a skill that will always be needed. Medically, if people are dying, if people are sick, if people are grieving, if people are suffering loss, going through pain, critically ill, chronically ill, the place of human warmth, human affection, human company, human comfort, human presence can never be replaced by a drug or a robot or a machine. What the presence of a human being by the bedside of a dying patient communicates, there's no drug in the world that can communicate that. Please fly an emoji if you can hear me very clearly. This is so important. Human-centric advantage. Human-centric advantage. How much are you strengthening your person-to-person skill, relational skill, relational assets? How much are you strengthening your capacity, your people skill, your capacity to deliver value in how you relate to people as a human being and how you relate to people as humans? When we say complex problem solving, as complex as these machines are, as complex as AI is, as complex as these tools are, to process large amount of data at the same time, they call them large language models. It is only a human being that can give the correct interpretation in context when it comes to the why and the what next. In context, that word in context changes everything. And that is why you have to prompt and prompt and prompt. You have to give background and background and background. The AI is only correct because of the prompt you have given to it, because of the background you have given to it, because of the context you have defined for it. The ability to give that context, the ability to give that background, the ability to give that accurate prompting is a humanistic skill that many people do not have. And if you can strengthen that capacity to understand context, contextual application, to understand the why, systems thinking, to understand the what next, you are not just thinking here and now, but you have a big picture, holistic overview. When you look at things, you are able to understand the what next implication. It will really distinguish you as an advantage over every other machine that we have and every other tool that we have. if used out of context or used by people who do not have the same skill that we are talking about. This is very profound. This is very, very profound. There is how you greet a person. The person will be looking forward to seeing you every day. Fly an emoji if you are still here. There is how warm you are, how friendly you are. There is how gracious you are in your approach. That somebody that is weak and down and sick, when they just see you or hear your voice or hear your greeting, somebody said, when I saw so and so person's phone call, the phone was just ringing, they just saw the name, they are already rejoicing. Their spirit come back to life. It's a powerful thing. People can, it's called neuro association. They can associate your name with value, associate your voice with value, associate your picture, your imagery with value, with hope, with joy. Sadly, we have people in our world that the opposite is the case. When people hear their name, it's threat of, it's terror and pain and sorrow. But for everyone on this platform, you are here because you are a valuable person. And you are here to add more value to who you already are. Human beings are important. People matter. The development of human potential comes as an offspring of value for human potential. If there's no value for human potential, we will never see a need to pay the price for the development and the effective deployment of human potential. Look at the millions of children we have in northern Nigeria. Look at the millions of youth we have in other parts of Nigeria. They have different names they call them. In certain parts of Nigeria, we have the Agberos, we have the area boys, these are people that are full of skill, full of potential, full of energy. If channeled appropriately, cultivated and developed, our nations will not remain the same way, level where they are. So the human-centric advantage, it's sad now that some people in this world we are living in now will even wish they can be like a machine or they can be like a robot. It's an aberration. It is. I learned that 700,000 people recently signed up to be employed by an AI, to have an AI boss, to have a robot as their boss telling them what to do, work and answering to a non-human as their employer. 700,000 people. I just got that update today. The latest updates follow latest trends in some of these fields. It should be the other way around. The human mind we have is limitless, and if we strengthen who we are, if we strengthen the capacities that we have, what will happen? We will discover that the skills translate to value, and the value comes from the capacity, the kinds of problems we can solve. As I've said, there's a kind of company you can never find in a non-human, and that is strength. If we develop it, we will see the result for it. Human-centric advantage. Now I just want to mention 4 skills and then we'll wrap up for tonight, because time is never on our side. It's always running. So let's run. What are the 4 skills I want to talk about? The first is digital literacy. Somebody should put that for me on the comments. Digital literacy. We have just finished saying that we shouldn't lose the humanistic advantage that we have. So it is against that backdrop. It is against that understanding. It is against that fact that has been established that I want to now talk about digital literacy. So I'm not saying we throw away who we are because we now have digital tools. No, I'm saying it should be a complement. We should use the tools and not the other way around. The tools are tools. They are not supposed to replace us. That's why I made emphasis about who we are as humans. This is important. Thank you everyone for the comments. Digital literacy, AI, data, remote collaboration. It's not in this era somebody will put in their CV that their skill, browsing, I can browse. I know how to browse. I know how to this. I know how to type. These are not skills that when you say personal skills, we are moving from technical skills to meta skills. Meta skills, the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Meta means self-reflecting kind of skills, referral kind of skills, like the capacity to like make a movie on how to make movie. That's a simple definition of what meta is. Meta skills, the ability to deliver, learn, unlearn, and relearn. And that's why I talked about digital agility, where you are not just loyal to one tool, loyal to one software, loyal to one way of working, but open to how can I solve this problem faster? This problem I know how to solve. How can I solve it within a shorter time? Yes. How can I solve it in a more efficient way? How can I solve it with a higher quality of result? Or how can I solve it at a cheaper cost? These are systems of efficiency and indicators by which we upgrade, and that is the fuel of technology. The answers to these questions: faster, smarter, happier. Happier means the sense of satisfaction you get as a client for using a particular product, the prestige, the fulfillment that comes with it. People tell you, don't be frustrated by all this network stuff. Just go and get Starlink. People are upgrading. So why should I get Starlink? Why should I use a MacBook instead of why should I use? By upgrading the seamlessness is a value that is being provided. The speed is a world you cannot compare to the other world where you are coming from. When you see the result, you see how much you can achieve, you see how it saves you time. That is the goal of the digital world. And that is the secret. That is why it is the biggest industry now. That is why it will always be valuable. Because people want to solve problems faster, smarter, quicker, cheaper, and happier. And whatever systems can be introduced to, that's why the reels are getting realer, right? People are becoming more and more less tolerant with long form content. And that in itself is a disadvantage. If you can master how to still sit with boredom, you will be a different human being on earth in this era. That's why I teach a lot about focus and managing your attention, because we're in the attention economy now, where the attention of men is like one of the most expensive commodities on earth. If you can master what you give your attention to, your world will give attention to you. Digital literacy is super important. The capacity to be able to take an exam online, take an aptitude test online, and this is very, very possible to learn. You can go on YouTube, type your field, AI in engineering, AI plus psychology, AI plus the first three top field channels that pop up. You can subscribe to them. You can take 20 minutes a day to learn something new about your field in relation to technology. This is very necessary for everyone listening to me. The world we are living in now will not pardon, will not be, it will be unpardonable, it will not forgive, it will not overlook, it will not be merciful to anyone who doesn't take the time to master these tools. I insist and emphasize again, they are tools for our productivity. As I said, the goal is speed. The goal is time. All of these are important markers for our efficiency. You can do, but you need 2 weeks to deliver the result. Another person can deliver the same result in 2 hours. Imagine who will seize the day. Imagine who will the opportunity will go to. What you will take your 2 weeks to do. Imagine how much that person will make if he can deliver the same in 2 hours. It's unimaginable. That's the leverage technology has brought. Please fly an emoji if you can hear me. Everyone make investment to build and skill up in this area. Is an essential skill you cannot run away from. There are many people that are anti against tech. They talk bad, they talk down, they only see the negative side of tech. I don't really believe it's entirely the case. All of you use it for your banking. You are typing your text message, the text pops up automatically. All the system voice, the number you are calling is not available. You think it's someone that is talking to you. These are systems that have been programmed. So there's no how you completely say you will never use technology. No, the world you are living in now is either you use it or it uses you. The best thing to do is to culture, develop, disciple, raise a young generation of African young professionals who will master these tools and leverage it for productivity. So we are competing with Chinese, we are competing with the Indians, the Pakistanis. We are in a global world. If vacancy is out, you will not believe the people applying for the same places you are applying for, the same opportunities you are applying for. We cannot afford to play catch up and be victims of ignorance at this time. We need digital literacy. The next, quickly, is strategic thinking. Somebody should help us put that in the comment. We need to rush for the sake of our time. We have 2 more points to go. That will be all. Strategic thinking. Strategic thinking. Why strategic thinking? And what is strategic thinking? Many times we have young people full of dreams, very ambitious, who always think of the here and the now only. The here and the now. It plays out every time. We see it during the political election period. We see it. We just know that people are not futuristic in their thinking, in their approach to life. People are not visionary. They are not even thinking beyond today. And that's why the understanding of consequences, people can just do what they do without factoring in the law of time perspective. How much time you factor into your decision making affects the quality of that decision. The person who carries out an activity and thinks of only next week, another person that thinks of 2 years time, the quality of that decision will not be the same. This has been proven already, scientifically proven. 2 researchers, Stanford University, some years ago did a research and they named it the law of time perspective. The more time you take into perspective, into consideration for your decision making, is a marital decision, career decision, whatever decision you are making, the quality of that decision is connected to how much time you factored into one of the major criteria, influencers of the outcomes of our decision making. So it's important we are strategic in our approach to life and strategic in how we think about what we want to do, planning beyond the immediate task. You can't imagine doing a very long task that took you are employed in a new place, you're doing your monthly report for the first time, or you were carrying out a task for the first time. It took you to 1 week to finish, 4 days to finish, and you just submitted like that. You need to prepare work instruction. You need to prepare an SOP. You need to now backtrack. You need to now go back from the outcome to the steps you took to systematize that process. The next time you don't have to come and start from scratch. Many of us have where we keep our money, keep certificates. We are good in keeping money. We are not good in keeping information. You don't have a laptop or a flash drive or a hard disk where you store vital information on your email address. Someone can ask you for your CV, for example. How long will it take you to produce your updated CV when an opportunity shows up? Will it take you 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I'm coming. I'm working on it. I'm editing. I need to go to computer center. There are tools for life. There are tools for destiny. There are tools for your efficiency that you have to make sacrifices to ensure you have in your quiver. You have at your disposal. That must never be lacking. Strategic thinking to plan beyond the now and factor in everything you need to factor in as connected to your vision, connected to where you are going to. So as young professionals, African professionals, global professionals, we need to position ourselves strategically and say, oh, you are in 100 level. That doesn't mean that's not the whole of your life. The 100 level is just the first year of your undergraduate journey. We all know this. We've passed through that stage. It's the the first year is one session, 1 year in the entire program. Strategic thinking that's not the end of the game. So to live your life as though this is all there is to risk the overall outcome. This is so important. Please fly an emoji if you can hear me. So we layer our lives, we string it together. It's like a story building. Every ceiling becomes the foundation for the next floor. Every ceiling becomes the foundation for the next floor. And you begin to take your life seriously because you're a strategic thinker. You want to live in a particular part of the country. You need to think, now I'm in final year. Now I've just graduated. Now I want to change where I'm working. Why do I want to go from town A to town B to town A? Why do I want to live in this town I want to live in? Now I'm finishing my NYSC. I just started my NYSC. Why do I want to redeploy? Why do I want to serve here? And why should I remain in this town after NYSC? Are you paying currently for accommodation? Yes or no? When the federal allowance stops, and what are your plans? Strategic thinking is so important. You are able to layer your plans together. You are able to put systems in place that saves you time. Repetitive tasks should not be things that you now go from scratch again. It's taking you the same time it took you last time to execute the same task. No, it should take you less time. You create tools, you create templates that will save your time. Save them in folders. You think with ink. I call it thinking with ink. Writing. Many of us have lost the art of writing. Calligraphy. I admired my mentor so much that my handwriting is so similar to his. Very fine handwriting. I desired it. There's a way it rewires your brain when you learn to be a writer. Many of us don't know how to think with ink. We are very poor in writing. You are meeting a very great person, nothing to write with. You are attending a very important meeting, nothing to write with. This is so important. The capacity to think strategically. Writing unlocks the flow of your thought. Another one is meditation. Another one is interaction, helpful interaction with grounded people who know what they are doing. Another one is reading rich materials, not junk, feeding your mind with high value materials that will inspire creativity. Sometimes I listen to certain podcasts, seminars, programs. One word from it can grow so much into different insights from one word. Strategic thinking. So think strategically. Don't just think of now only. And don't just think of yourself. I was meditating recently. I said, it's wickedness, it's selfishness now to want to say, I think I am fine. I think I'm okay. Are your parents fine? Are your parents okay? Are your siblings fine? Are your siblings okay? Is our nation fine? Is our nation okay? There are many destinies connected to you. You can't just afford to play small and say, I can't kill myself. I'm okay. No. I'm not speaking about a lack of contentment. I'm speaking about a responsibility, commitment to life, a responsible commitment to advancing your vision with regards to how it benefits humanity. People came and gave themselves no to discover the cure for malaria. Today, malaria is no longer a death sentence. We are all happy. If it's not something to even worry about, we are all happy that there's a solution for it already. At any time of the year you are down with malaria, you already know what to do. You go to any hospital, it's not rocket science. They are not wondering, how do we do now? They are not panicking. If it's malaria, it's confirmed, tested malaria, there's already a cure. It has been. So this is sacrifice. This is people who thought beyond their time. See airplanes. See the invention of technology. How much time we are saving. How much leverage, how much comfort, how much peace, how much stress it has saved us. We cannot even imagine 20 years back. 30 years back when people have to write letters. You want to go to somebody's house, there's no phone call to call and check on the person. You just waste your energy and go. If you meet them at home, fine. If you don't, please plan them if you can hear me. Think strategically. Layer thinking, systems thinking. When you speak in any meeting, you go for any conference, you are in any place of work. It doesn't matter your title. You may be day one, like a day old chick, a new person in the system. You just came. But there's a way you think. You think in systems. You think in this salary they are paying me, where is it coming from? That's how you should think. If I'm the owner of this place, will I be throwing my money at people who are not working? How can I justify my being here to make sure I quickly outgrow this level? Strategic thinking. The next is self-leadership. Time is never our friend as always. Somebody should put that for me in the comments. Self-leadership. Self-leadership. It's not enough to strengthen the humanistic components we talked about, digital literacy, strategic thinking. Self-leadership is a very important quality that everyone needs to have now. Because this era is an era where people are so demotivated. They need motivation, they need push, they need coaching, they need supervision. We did leadership last month. It was so powerful. It's a topic I'm always excited to talk about. If you are here, you are a leader. And the first kind of leadership is self-leadership. You don't just say, I want to start leading people. No, you need to lead yourself first. It has to do with time management, managing your mental health. It's time to wake up. You wake up. It's time to read. You read. You don't let your feelings control you, and you don't let distraction from friends who are not heading the same direction with you control you. So self-leadership is the capacity to do what you need to do, not what you want to do. It's the capacity to be able to structure your decision making and structure your life. If you see the quality of the decision of a lot of young people is so poor, and it's predictable that 20 years, 30 years from now, if nothing changes, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. We can be as hopeful as we wish to be. It will be like putting buckets under a mango tree and hoping that a wind will come and blow all the mangoes into your bucket. And if I help you take the bucket into your room, that doesn't happen in this world that we are living in. There's a place for your responsibility and a place for your part. Self-leadership. You may be down now. You may have no advantage whatsoever. You may be at a situation where some people regret the course they studied. Some people said, I wish I was more serious in school. Now I don't know where to start from. No matter where you are at your journey, you can lead yourself from that place with the help of the right people and the right mindset. The right mindset first. That's why it's called self-leadership, because they say you can force the horse to the water, but you can't force the horse to drink. Where you now have to take responsibility, and the first indicator of leadership is responsibility. If you are still blaming uncle, auntie, parents, they didn't pay my school fees, they didn't send me to a good school, no one is supporting me, my friends have gotten a good job, then they turned their back, they forgot the good I did to them. All of that will prolong your journey. Prolong the journey in frustration, prolong the journey in depression. Self-leadership means taking responsibility. That's the first thing. For your time. You may not have money now, but you have time. What are you doing with your time? Somebody should help me put that in the comments. What are you doing with your time? If I see what you are doing with your time, I know where you are going to. I know where you will end up. I don't need a prophecy to tell me. What are you doing with your time? You are wealthy. 24 hours has been credited into your account for today. Same was credited to the account of all the billionaires on earth. What are you trading that time for? You can use time to buy knowledge. You can use time to earn relationships, credible relationships that will take you out of the woods, take you out of obscurity, take you out of time. How are you managing your time? This time of your life, how are you investing it? What are you channeling it into? So it's important that we are very driven in the direction of our goals, direction of vision, direction of purpose. And we can connect to say, I'm doing this because this the outcome I desire. If it's not connected to a desirable outcome, it is not for me. And then protecting our mental health in this digital age, 247, we are bombarded, the reels, the Champions Leagues, the music, all the attractions and sidetractions and distractions that have been multiplied in their millions and millions. It takes a lot of discipline to remain mentally sane, to control and manage your attention. The attention economy. Manage your attention. Manage what you give attention to. That will determine how much attention the world will give to you. Yes, we have all the football matches and all the interesting sights and sounds online, but you can't chase everything you find online and be relevant. There's what we call digital detox. You have to time blocking. There are certain times of the day now you will not find me online. No matter where you are, you cannot even reach me. Deep work. I'm not reachable at such times. A season comes where you need to put systems in place to structure your life for efficiency. You can go to retreats. You can delete certain apps from your phone for a season. You will not die. Please fly an emoji if you can hear me. If it's affecting your clarity and your efficiency, you have an exam, you have something very intense you want to prepare for, you reserve only the tools. Limit yourself to the tools you need. If you're in the stage where you're applying for a job now, or you just started your company, or you just started a business, there are tools you need to promote your business online, or promote your business with tech, or search for the jobs you are looking for, or do your applications, do courses. You stick to those tools and cut off the excesses. It is self-leadership. It is so important. So important. We shouldn't always wait. Africa, we are waiting for external aid, waiting for external help, waiting for external donors, waiting for foreign. These things have not helped us. What will really change your life is not what somebody else give you. It's what you find in your own house. What do you have in your house? You have time. You have a history of growing up in a family where there were certain challenges and you were able to overcome that challenges. These are the tools for your greatness. These are the stones in your quiver. And you can't succeed with a borrowed armor. You can't copy paste another person's. You don't know the dynamics of managing them. The sling and the stone that David used the day he used it for victory was not the first time he was using it. There's a place for mastery where you own your tools you have discovered and you can deploy that any day, anytime. Don't throw your authenticity away in trying to be someone else. No. Where you can't succeed by being better, you can succeed by being different. Where your glory is in your difference. Mango is not apple. Apple is not mango. The mango excels over apple because it is mango. By being different, you stand out entirely. So don't always try to blend in. The pressure of conformity. No. Be you, be authentic. Language mastery. Some of you are shy of your language, shy of where you are from. I applied for something recently. When they saw the track where the work I'm doing, where I'm from, I got 40% discount immediately. The people I put for referee that I was calling, please so and so, they may send you a message. They have not sent me, and I've already gotten it since. There was no need to do a reference check again. They were more than convinced with what they already saw. Authenticity. Somebody can be in Sokoto and say he's in Glasgow, Switzerland. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to lie about where you are. People are looking for how you can turn your environment to your natural learning laboratory, where you can turn where you are. Show me what you are doing in that classroom. You don't have to lie. You have worked in an NGO, you have worked in the bank when you haven't. There's a way you can share your story as a classroom teacher that can earn you a place in the United Nations. If you can do this, the skills you have been able to portray in managing the classroom have qualified you. That's what we call there are skills that are cross-functional, that cuts across the fact that these competencies are complementary. And if you can, at this level, with this limited opportunity, generate this level of value, by your being faithful in little, you have qualified for much. Self-leadership. Don't throw away your authenticity at all. Your power is in your story. There's no body like you on this earth. So if you choose not to be you, you have robbed us of the blessing that we should be benefiting from. So beyond your degree, there are many sides to who you are that should add flavor to who you are as a professional. Is somebody hearing me? Please fly an emoji. This is so important. We'll move to the last point. But if you get this point, there's no AI anybody will use in the world that will beat. You are already digitally literate, so they don't have an edge over you in that regard. But when you use those tools, you humanize the data to your own voice. You don't let these things control you, you control it. And you sound authentic and you sound like you. And then the difference is there, and that difference is what brings the value. Self-leadership. If you say I'm taking an online course, there was a night I did six certifications in one night. I didn't sleep. There was a month like in 2 months, like 36, 30 something certification. There's a way you aggressively commit yourself in a season to build value in certain direction, that you will really know you are leading yourself to make decision, and you don't start a day until it is finished. That's how God lives, and we are created in His image. You don't just wake up thinking, so where are we going today? No. Before today came, today has been finished already. On paper, it has been planned. You are not just saying, so where are we going? You have time, you don't even know what to do with the time. If you are a visionary person, it's as if you have sinned against your destiny when you catch yourself playing with your time. You just can't. You just can't. In fact, people will have to be begging you to rest. You have to be telling yourself, rest sometimes, intentionally, for the sake of your health. The vision is driving you. There's a reason to wake up. It's not an alarm or somebody pushing you or forcing you. When I was on campus, I have 7 o'clock paper. That's the motivation. I don't want to have carryover. The SCB, this the school of life. You have passed the level of impressing your lecturers now. You are now the classroom of life. You are now you are no longer dealing at the level of I want to pass. I don't want to fail this lecturer to fail me. No, it's not about impressing the lecturer now. It's about you, your future. Then we are not growing younger. The times are not. See the inflation in our nation. If your salary was multiplied by times 4 years ago, do you know that what you were able to afford 4 years ago with that salary, if you multiply it by times 4, it will still take grace to be able to afford the same thing and maintain the same quality and the same standard of life. So if nothing is growing, nothing is changing, the indicators are very, very grave, very staggering. There's no time to look into the statistics. Secularly wise, economics will tell you the rate of the debt nations are going into, economic crashing, they'll tell you. But this is just a flip side. We're in a world of abundance. But if you are not committed to leading yourself to discover who you really are, you'll be focused on scarcity. You focus on scarcity. There's always space at the top. Lead yourself there. Lead yourself there. Somebody should put it for me in the comment. I'm a leader. I am 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 a leader. I'm a leader. Find your tools. Find your tools. Find your tools. Define your assignments. Focus on it. Final point so we can live. Final point so we can live. Skills for the modern workplace. Effective communication. Thank you, guys. I can see the comments. Effective communication. Somebody should put it in the comments. Effective communication. I have a connection to this one. Leadership, communication. These are things that if I start talking about, I sometimes lose track of time, but I will not say so much. Effective communication. Some of the costliest skills on earth now are the skills we are talking about now. Self-leadership. Self-leadership. Where you are driven. You are personally driven. You set a higher standard for yourself than your office set for you. Set a higher standard for yourself than the government set for you. Set a higher standard for yourself than your lecturer set for you. You can never be found wanting by men when your standard is way higher. Way higher. What people are seeing as stressful work, big work, how are you doing? You are just smiling. This is nothing. This is child's play. Your standards are way, 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 way higher. That's how we should live. And connecting it to communication now just makes it all beautiful. You may have value, but if you're not able to communicate that value effectively, It's about perception. It's the psychology of perception. If people don't perceive you to be valuable enough, the value will not come. You have one plastic bottle of Coke with the label on it and one without the label. As simple as that paper label is, it automatically changes your perception. If they present the two in front of you and you're the one that wants to buy, you already know how you respond to that. You already know it. As simple as that paper label is, it automatically changes the sense of it. It doesn't change the content. The content is still Coke in both, but the perception, this is so important. Communication. How are you being perceived by the people who see your CV? If you should send your CV out, you are making a loud statement. You are communicating. How will you be perceived when people see your homework, give you an exercise, a work to do? People see your outfit, hear you speak, interact with you, go through your social media page. What perception of you will they have? You are always communicating, even when you are not talking. Communication is not about just talking. You are always communicating. And your life speaks louder. Your demeanor, your comportment, how you carry yourself, what you do and what you don't do is a statement. Please, whatever you know how to do, add this one to it. Be more and grow, seek to improve your effectiveness as a communicator. If you can be doing it for free, get children, classroom, teaching. Some people that hate teaching and see it like a nightmare, you are like always not happy. Maybe your PPA has to be disconnected to that, and it's like the worst thing that has happened to you. You are very fortunate. Let me tell you, you need to wake up quick and take advantage of the opportunity you have. You are not doing those students a favor by being their teacher. You are being helped. If you understand what it really means and you leverage it, you can use it to improve your effectiveness in being an effective communicator. This is so important. And it has to do with both writing and speaking. And even the social media, as I said, the way we portray ourselves, CV, official documentation. And there are tools for learning and gaining mastery in these things. As we read, is one tool. Follow podcast, webinars, programs online like you are doing now is another tool. Volunteer, intern, and serve is another tool. That is how we grow. So what is your action plan? Fly an emoji if you are hearing me as we wrap up. For all these 4 points we have mentioned and the 2 introductory points to them, you need to build your skill stack. You need to build your skill strategy in connection to your personal vision and what you want to achieve. That word build is a very strong and a very powerful word. Builders are leaders. Builders are change makers. Builders are owners. That's why they call people landlord, people who build houses. If you've not built anything, there's a side of fulfillment you will never know until you become a builder. To destroy something is easy. People use their mouth every day to say Africa is this, is that, our nation is this, is that, our leaders are this, they are that, to say negative things. Easy to destroy. People can take arms and say we want to fight, we want to cause riot and destroy and burn market easily. But to build, you know what it takes to build? So see yourself as a builder. When I say self-leadership, you can put building there. See yourself as a builder. Think constructively. Think like a builder. Think constructively. Think like a builder. What are the skill sets you need? You already have the mindset for growth. We dealt with that when we're talking about the humanistic side and the human-centric advantage. Now you need to add the skill set you need. Not what is trending in your area. Don't just follow the immediate now. You don't just look at your area alone. Your area can give you an advantage. Area means where your local area where you are can give you a clue. But look within you and look beyond. Have a big picture. And you can start building those cells from now. Start stacking up those skills from now, from where you are. If you are employed 9 to 5, if you are not yet employed, if you are in business, if you are still a student, start building those skills from now. Somebody should help me put in the comments. Start from now. Start from now. Start now. Start now. Start from where you are. Start now. Start from now. Start from now. Start from this night. You can start through courses and trainings. Courses and trainings can be face to face, can be online. You can start through mentoring. One of the best things that have happened to my life are the things I'm sharing with you. These secrets is that there are no secrets. Mentoring, mentoring, mentoring. Where you have the privilege of meeting someone whose today looks like your tomorrow. It's not a small thing. It's such a big blessing. If you ever have the privilege of having anyone around your space, within your reach, and their today is looking like your tomorrow, don't play with those kinds of relationships. Don't play with them. Don't play. It is the fastest ladder you can climb into your tomorrow. Where before you even reach that tomorrow, your life is already looking like what you are seeing. That's the power of vision. That's the power of mentorship. And the sweetest part is that you inherit the wisdom minus the pain. Somebody went through 25 years of pain, worked in 3-4 banks, was out of job for some months, suffered, and all of this, and later became an entrepreneur and rose to become a ruler in their domain. If that kind of person is mentoring you, you need to know that you are being saved already from 25 years of trial and error, looking for what doesn't work, disappointment. If you will follow well and humble yourself and learn well, you can glean the wisdom and exclude the pain. Excluding the pain means you can arrive at that result within a shorter time, with faster possibility and more fulfillment. And that's the goal. That's the joy. That's the legacy of mentorship. That's the reward of mentorship. We give people shoulders to stand on. And in Africa, we shouldn't be so self-centered. Giltop is 2 years next month that we are doing this every third Tuesday of the month. Blessing people from different countries, blessing people from different regions, different locations, several feedbacks. I'm so excited. Giving people shoulders to stand on where they don't have to make mistakes from ground zero. Some undergraduates, some early career professionals, privileged to learn some of the things we are learning. 12 years, 15 years, practicing from all the mistakes, all the errors, all the challenges. We are getting it filtered. Filtered. You just plug and play. Tools, handles you can run with. Never, never, never underestimate that. It will change your life. It will shorten your journey. Whatever price you can pay to cherish and maintain a relationship with someone that looks like your future, do it in your best interest. If you can interact with their resources, if they are not within Nigeria, but they have platforms you can follow, technology, online and books, do it passionately. Do it well. And the result will so speak that people will begin to associate you. The outcomes will begin to just, you yourself, you'll be surprised when you start seeing the feedback. It's like magnet. It works. The final is volunteering and service. Volunteer your time. Volunteer your skill. You may not know it very well. Be willing to volunteer. Be happy to serve. Somebody help me put that in the comment. Be happy to serve. My dear brothers and sisters, be happy to serve. That's how we can change our world for the better. Be happy to serve. Be happy to serve. Be happy to serve. Volunteering. Volunteering. Don't wait to be forced. Do it happily. How much will they pay me? Sometimes, if they pay you, they have cheated you. Sometimes, if they pay you, they have cheated you. I'm telling you. A global influencer was to talk to over 10,000 CEOs in a high profile executive. And there was this guy that came to fix the car for him. The cost was supposed to just be like $1,200. for fixing that car. How much will I pay you? The guy said, the automobile engineer said, sir, please don't pay me. The man was in a hurry to go for a speaking engagement. Said, what do you mean? He said, sir, no, don't pay. So how do I say it? I want to follow you to the meeting you are going to. The man was taken aback. You want to, please, just dress up and join you there, the address and everything. You mean you want to do that? He sounded wild. Say, is that all? So when you finish speaking, just call me and whisper something into my ears. That's all I want you to pay me. The man didn't see sense in what the guy was saying. $1,200. Take your money and let me just find my way. I should just call you after I finish talking and whisper something to your ears. He said, yes, sir. The man thought it very funny, but he said, oh, he's a curious young man. And the young guy went and freshened up and came to the event on the special platter of this man, under the grace of this man who was to speak. The man finished speaking. He called him. He wanted to go. He now remembered. Say, hey, my friend, come. He came and said, you said I should call you and whisper. I have done it. I said that to his ears. And then, of course, the convoy were already packed, waiting to take him to the airport. The guy that came to speak immediately was so in a hurry and left. The whole CEOs in that boardroom were so curious. They wanted to, number one, who is this person that this guy called? Number two, what did he tell him? There's no time to tell you the rest of the story. That was how that guy rose. In 1 week, the number of persons, because access, when you want to rank what you can get from what you do, money should not rank as the highest. Money is important and is one of them, but it shouldn't rank as the highest. Learn to prioritize value, prioritize access, prioritize platforms that can transform you and give you access to greater capacity to create value and greater capacity to create relationships. There was another story that comes to mind, but I won't share that now because of our time. So how do you stack? How do you string your skills together? How do you put them together as a set? How do you layer several competencies to ensure you are irreplaceable? Courses, mentorship, volunteering. You learn by doing. So, closing reflection, what is the one thing you need to start with today from the human-centric side, which has to do with your mindset, the discovery of who you are, the set of potentials you already possess that you need to own and master and grow and develop and give attention to the digital literacy side, to all the other aspects we talked about. What one thing do you want to start with today, tonight, even before you sleep? So as an assignment, take your pen now and write one ability you have, one human skill that you have that you want to develop more and improve more. By virtue of feedback and relationship with people, there's a pointer that shows this area. People always commend you in this area. It's a strength you have, you're not even aware of. Think deeply and note it down. Number two, which digital skill do you need? Talk about digital agility. What kinds of problem do you want to solve? That even begins with the kind of digital tools you will need and how to navigate them. And what commitment, what strategy, personal leadership will you make? 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week to upskill, learn this, master this thing. If you have an exam online, you will not be jittery. If you have an interview online, you will not have to shake. You have, even if the work is a remote work you need to deliver online, you can deliver value. The skills and the competencies you need for your assignment. Thank you so much. Please fly an emoji if you followed all these points. I'm very happy we're finally here. So you can follow by email address. You can send an email address. You can send a WhatsApp DM. We have programs. We have run the first cohort for the programs for this year. For those that are just joining us or that came late, this is Giltop Global Consults. monthly global webinar we do. For this edition is for African young professionals on the subject of productivity, development, skill, not just skill acquisition, but refining the kind of tools we need to make us productive at every level. And we are building people, we are raising leaders, we are transforming nations. This has been happening for 2 years now. Next month we make it 2 years. Every third Tuesday of the month, we have these webinars on different subjects. So you are happy. We are really delighted to have you. And it's been awesome, I tell you. So we have a WhatsApp community, we have a WhatsApp channel. You can follow those to get updates, to get information on subsequent trainings, past editions, and of course, my book, the one that was released on the 1st of March, is still available. I've gotten several feedback about it and the transformation it has brought. The cost of inaction today, you can get the link is there. You can get it. For the coaching courses, we have graduate career level up. We have graduate career accelerator. We have graduate business and leadership accelerator. 3 levels. They are like the G3 track for Giltop. Amazing. We had our first cohort for the year and a waiting list for the next cohort too. It's already been curated. So if you want to join the waiting list, you can send us a DM or send an email address. Between now and the first week of April, we'll be closing the opportunity for those that will be waiting for the next cohort, for cohort 2. For any of the program, you want to know more about it, send us an email, send us a DM, depending on where you are at your personal journey to growth and to transformation. I want to take questions if we have 1 or 2 before we go. Fly an emoji if you've been following. You can put your questions on the comment. Let me be sure. As we celebrate our 2 years anniversary next month, we'll be having a special guest for the first time. We've been having these episodes on different subjects. It's been very transformative. Now I have the liberty to work and collaborate with some revered mentors and senior friends that have really been a blessing over the years, that will be coming to take some aspects, some topics, and some sessions in our subsequent webinars to co-facilitate, to share their perspective, and we get to benefit from their wealth of experience. So that's good news. If you're excited about it, let me see your emoji. That will be happening next month. So it's going to be a special edition, 2 years anniversary edition. We have a special guest featuring someone special to add a layer of experiences and help us see our journey so far and how far we have come. Thanks to our partners, collaborators. Thanks to you for always showing up. I can see Ali. Ali is here from Sierra Leone. We have Sarah Kamara from Sierra Leone. We have Dr. Gatwich from South Sudan. We have a couple of our friends, Igo from UK, from different places who follow this webinar. Wherever you are following from, thank you for always joining, adding value and learning. And for the feedback, the questions you normally share, they inspire, they help us know you are following, they help us know that what we are doing is a blessing and it's really bringing value to you. So from all my core members from 2018 till now, every year, those have lectured in formation, core members in HSC, core members in Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance, core members in CRM and whatever platform. I really appreciate all of you for your feedback and your following. Let's expect great things from next month as we mark the 2 years anniversary, and share this webinar. If it's been a blessing to you, share with someone, send the flyers, send the link, create awareness about it, and let others benefit also. Impact is one life at a time. The burden is much. When I look at terrorism, I look at the poverty rate, unemployment. The answer to these things is our commitment to help transform the mindset of our people to become more productive. That is how we can have it. The solution is not running away. We can't run with everybody. We can't. We have to stay and fight. It's cowards that do that. Even if we are privileged to be anywhere in the world, we must have a heart for home. a heart for where we are from, a heart for our people, a heart of service, a heart for giving. How do I collaborate? How do I commit to systems that will advance change positively? So geographically, we may be outside of Africa, outside of our nations, but we need to have a heart for where we are. We need to have a heart for where we are and think of how we can be part of the solution. That's what drives this vision. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone. So do we have any questions? Yes or no? If there are no questions, looking forward to seeing you all next month. By the third Tuesday of next month, we have an exciting topic as we mark the 2 years anniversary of Giltop Global Consults and all the coaching expressions, people development expressions. It's going to be super. The joy is that there are many people that have been with us 2 years ago that are still here. I still see them. Emmanuel is here, Chris is here, Joe is here, Leonard, all my guys. And it's about value. It has been a journey of transformation. The last time we asked for feedback, I got amazing feedback from Sao Paulo in Brazil, from different states, different nations, of how blessed our people are. Many have now traveled on the wings of the insight, the mindset shift, the knowledge, the capacity, the value they have acquired by practicing the things they have learned here. And I hope to hear your story soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we have no further question, see you the third Tuesday of next month. You can unmute and say goodbye. Thank you for your time. See you next month edition. Fly an emoji, celebrate someone before you leave. Thank you, Ola. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, David. Thank you, Leonard. Thank you, Nuhu. Thank you, Clark. Yes, I can see all of you. Your emojis. Joseph, Chris. God bless you all. Joy. God bless you all. God bless you all. God bless you all. It's always a joy. It's always a blessing to have you guys. Thank you. And see you next month edition. Good night, everyone. To our crew, media crew, Obin, Emmanuel, you guys are amazing. Giltop Global crew.